know that there is at least one person, that being the driver. Unclear if that is a male or female driver. The windows are very tinted. He does have limo tint on that car, so unfortunately I can't really see from this angle whether or not there are any passengers. He's slowing down here a touch. I'm going to pull out to see what he's trying to do. We don't know where this car is registered to, so if in fact he is the owner, we would be able to run the plates and figure out where the car is registered to, and then that might give us an indication as to where he may be trying to get back to. We often see in some of these high-speed pursuits that suspects tend to go back to an area that is familiar to them. The entire time that we've been listening to this pursuit over our scanners, we know that he has been in the Devonshire division of the LAPD. Of course, that is a division that is in the northern part of the San Fernando Valley. And we've never heard him pick up the freeway either. We've only heard him on surface streets. He's on San Fernando Road now. Again, he's slowing down his speeds just a touch, which is good. But unfortunately, the bad part is he's not stopping. And so that's definitely what the LAPD would like to see him do. But but as he continues to run red lights here and continues to drive so erratically, driving on the wrong side of the road, it really is creating such a danger for motorists here in the Porter Ranch, Chatsworth area. He's going uphill here a touch. Going to pull the shot out just a touch so we can see where he's at. You can see those railroad tracks just on the right side of your screen. That's San Fernando Road. That is a road that runs through the entire San Fernando Valley. So he's running alongside that right now. That portion of San Fernando Road is just on the east side of the 5 freeway. There are smoking a little bit there. Maybe his car's starting to give out on him. We'll see. And look at that. There is a passenger. We actually can see that there is somebody sitting in the front passenger seat. So that confirms a question that we had earlier. We weren't sure if he had any passengers. Now we know that he does. We know that there is at least one passenger sitting right up front with him. We don't know if there's anyone in the back again because those windows are so darkly tinted. We can't take a good look at any of the rear seats, but we were able to take a look at that front seat, and we can tell that there is in fact a passenger as well as, of course, the driver on this pursuit out of the Devonshire division of the LAPD that has now made its way into Sylmar. Okay. Whoa, gosh. It's so dangerous. He keeps running these lights, keeps driving on the wrong side of the road, high speed. That was Glen Oaks that he just passed. He's currently on Polk. Polk is actually a street that will take him up to the 210 freeway if he continues heading in this easterly direction. If he does decide to pick up the freeway, that will be the first time that we do, in fact, see him take the freeway. We've only seen him on surface streets this entire time. Again, we're still working on getting what the WAN is on this vehicle. Straddling that center lane there. He was coming up on a little bit of traffic there on Polk and decided to take that center lane. Oh, wrong side of the road here. Oh. Making a turn here. I believe it's going to be Foothill Boulevard. He's going to pass right under us, so you will see the car go right under us, but we'll get it back for you in a more ideal shot in just a moment. You see it there coming back out and continuing, yes, on Foothill Boulevard. Foothill Boulevard through this stretch of the San Fernando Valley actually runs adjacent to the 210 freeway. Northbound Foothill from us. Oh, he just clipped that car. Oh, gosh. Feel bad for some of the people that are in this guy's ways, because clearly he does not care about anyone but himself. He just hit that car as he was continuing on Foothill Boulevard. Again, he's just under us for a sec. We're going to move the shot. And as you can see, as we move the shot there, we can see that there are in fact cruisers directly behind him, and we also see that he just passed over the 210 freeway. So now he's on east of the 210 freeway. Again, a residential area. He has been on the residential area the entire time. This is a slight uphill drive for him, just past Gladstone, continuing on the surface streets here. I'm trying to get it for you. It's either going to be Sayre, possibly Sayre, perhaps Hubbard. I'll get you a better cross in just a sec. I think it's Sayre. It is in fact Sayre, continuing. Of course, not stopping for any stop signs, not stopping for any red lights. This kind of seems to be a slightly more congested residential area. It seems like there are a lot of cars parked along the street. Notice some pedestrians out and about on this hot Thursday afternoon. Again, not stopping at any of these stop signs. It is really so dangerous. So I really hope that if anyone lives in this area and is listening to our broadcast, just stay inside, because this guy is really just creating havoc on the streets here. Just off of the 210 freeway, off of Sayre. That's just east of the 210 freeway. He's not too far from Los Angeles Mission College, but he's actually getting away from that right now. He's starting to make his way a little bit to the north. So in this case, he is running north. So he is running parallel with the 210 freeway, as if he were going to head up towards the New Hall area. So it seemed like that street just came to an end there. So he was forced to take a southbound turn here on Astoria, I believe. Let me get a better shot of it for you here. He's, oh, there we go. He ran over a stop sign. Officers directly behind him. We have a male, white shirt, running. We do know there's a passenger, but we're going to go ahead and stick with that male, the driver, of course, since we don't know if the passenger really knew that this guy was going to be in a pursuit today. But obviously this guy did, because he was the driver. So he is hopping from home to home. He's going to come out right here on the side yard, passing through these vehicles here on the front of this home, continuing running. White shirt, black shorts, black baseball cap. Coming up to this home here, passing that blue truck. He's going to try to leap over this fence right now. There you go. Oh, look at that. He has quite a good balance, actually, as he continues to run away from police here. It looks like he may be running out of steam here. I see him starting to slow down here on the rear of this home. Hopefully these windows and doors are closed and he's not going to be able to get in. And sure enough, it looks like he may have tried to get into that home. The door was closed. He was not able to get in. Pulling up his pants. He forgot his belt today. The cops are definitely going to see him from here. The police airship is going to see that white shirt. That is nice and bright, so they are not going to miss sight of him here. Continuing, running past this pool. He's definitely slowing down. I know he's tired. He looks tired. He just took a tumble there, fell on that person's flower pot. He's going to try to climb yet over another fence. Again, this is a residential area off of Eldridge, kind of just north of the Los Angeles Mission College. He's going to use this silver dumpster here, to give himself some leverage here so he can climb over this trellis. He was able to hop over, but as you saw in the shot just a few seconds ago, there is a police helicopter right overhead, and he sees him with that bright-colored white shirt. It's going to be difficult for him to hide, in fact, in this area. There's a police helicopter as well. Once again, he's just on the other side of that home. He's going to come out in just a sec. We're going to either see him go into the driveway area, or we're going to see him climb into that other home. But he's definitely in that side yard. That is where we last saw him. That is where the airship sees him as well. And if you can look at the top of the shot, you see that there are, in fact, some police officers right in the backyard for that home. So they're going to start to make their way towards this suspect. And there he goes. He did come out to the front of the house. He's still there. He's straddling those two fences. He's now, again, walking the line on top of the fence here. He sees those officers. They're right next to him. There's no way he doesn't see him. And they, in fact, do see him as well. They may be looking at, there we go. He's on the roof now, on the roof. Decided his only way out was to take a climb onto the roof. He's now on top of this home. There's really nowhere for him to go at this point. The police airship is overhead. They're on the loudspeaker. They're telling this guy to give up, and that would really be the ideal situation. His hands are up, but I don't know that he's necessarily giving up. It actually looks like he's trying to have a friendly conversation with the officers here as he continues to try to get away, but he's kind of got nowhere to go at this point. He's on top of this single-family home here off of Eldridge Avenue. That's not quite the cross, but that is the major running through this area of Sylmar. We do have officers surrounding every side of this home, and we, of course, have the sheriff's, or not the sheriff's, but we have the LAPD helicopter overhead, rather, and, of course, we have News Chopper 4 overhead, and we're going to do our best, of course, to not lose him as well. He continues to gesture towards the officers. He's not quite giving up just yet. He did take off his baseball cap. We did see him raise his hands, but it wasn't really in a, hey, I'm giving up, take me into custody type of gesture. So it does look like he's in a friendly conversation with them. And, of course, he's conversing with them. It's unclear what he's telling them. We, of course, know that the police officers are in all likelihood telling him to just get down, give himself up. But of course, he ran from the cops for a good little while. We saw him do a lot of crazy maneuvers on surface streets, running a lot of red lights. He did hit other vehicles in the course of that pursuit. He drove on the wrong side of the road, ran a number of stop signs. And of course, we don't know what the original one was on the vehicle as well. Or rather, we don't know what was the original reason that the officers tried to pull this guy over. We do see that the officers are trying to convince him to come down peacefully, and time is really on their side because the suspect really has nowhere to go at this point. And the officers can always call in backup reinforcement. They can call in additional airships, and now there's a hose. So this is an interesting twist. He got a hold of a hose somehow. And he did drink from it. Perhaps maybe that was the agreement he came to with the LAPD. Maybe he said, hey, if you pass me a hose and I can take a quick drink, I'll give up. So we don't know exactly what's going on here, but he did take a sip of that water. I'm guessing he was quite thirsty after running away from the cops, not only on surface streets, but as well as on foot. And now he continues on the top of this roof. We see all of the officers here in the backyard. Oh, and now, okay, I'm going to pull this shot a little wider because just saw something that I think we may not want to show you. And so we're just going to keep a wide shot here. We'll continue to monitor it from afar here. Okay, we're not streaming. Great. Gonna keep a... Let me see. Hey, Jack, since we're not streaming, do you want me to zoom in? Okay, 10-4. Okay, so we're going to stay about this wide. I was just in conversation with our assignment desk just to make sure that we weren't showing anything that we didn't want to show you. But we've kind of come to a conclusion that we feel comfortable showing you kind of a medium shot of what the suspect is in fact doing on the roof. There was a point when he did have a garden hose, and that did scare us up here for just a moment. It seems like he has given up on using that, so that is no longer a factor as far as we can tell. A little bit to our northwest from here, as well as Los Angeles Mission College. That's just directly south of us as well. And of course the 210 freeway is just out my left door. I can see it here. The pursuit is and the subsequent standoff is not affecting the freeway whatsoever. I can see that 210 freeway. It is smooth sailing in both directions. But of course, you do have some people that are going to be driving on the freeway, and they're going to see all of the helicopters over the scene, and they may slow their speeds down for just a second. But really no traffic tie-ups, at least on the freeway, that is. We, of course, have been on this the entire time, and the LAPD airship has also been over the entire time. That light that you see there on the roof is actually the night sun coming from the police helicopter. And we also have officers surrounding this home in